Hey guys, welcome to another Bob Ross in the Art of Guitar. Last week's video we discussed forgetting about the chord book, and by just taking a basic idea of using inversions in order to find the chords that you need so you don't have to rely on those big thick chord books. So in today's video what I'm going to discuss is the other side of that, which is the theory part of this. So let's say you take one chord, and we're going to work with a G major 7 chord. Okay? And I'm going to start with a 6, 4, 3, 2 voicing, referring to the strings. So I have a G, an F sharp, a B, and a D. So what I'm going to do is think about the theory side of this and how to build chords in order to give me the chords that I need if I need them. So let's start with this. G major 7. If I wanted to make that a G dominant 7, then I need to lower the F sharp to an F, and this is the note on my 4th string. So now I have my G dominant 7th. To make this a minor 7th, I'm going to take the 3rd, and I'm going to lower that. Now some people play it like this, where you have 2 and your 3rd finger going across. Some people do this, where they have the 1st finger, 2, 3, and 4. I use my thumb. You know, I don't have a problem using my thumb. Some of you, if it feels really uncomfortable to use your thumb, maybe you don't use that approach and use one of the others. So I have a G minor 7 now. So let me go back and spell these out. So I have the root, the 3rd, the 5th, and the 7th on the G major 7 here. G, B, D, F sharp. Then I turn it into a dominant by making the F sharp an F natural. To make it a minor, I make the B a B flat. Now to make this a minor 7 flat 5 or a half diminished, I have to take the 5th and lower that. So now I have a G, an F, a B flat, and a D flat. To make this fully diminished, I'm going to take the F and turn it into an F flat. And yes, for theoretical purposes, F flat. Technically E, I guess, but in this case, F flat. So this gives me my fully diminished chord. Let's go back. I have a G major 7, but let's say I want a G6 instead. So I take the F sharp and I lower that to an E natural. Now I have a 6. Alright, let's go back again. So back to the G major 7. Now the question is, what do you do about those other chords that you see, where you're seeing things like the sharp 5s and flat 5s, or in some cases like a flat 13, sharp 11, the flat 9s, the sharp 9s? Well, let's take a look at how you can approach that. So if I was just going to work on the chords that incorporate some sort of an altered 5th, then I would do this. In the case, and we're referring to dominant chords here, so in the case of G7, so I'm going back to this G7 we done a minute ago, and I'm going to make it a sharp 5. Some refer to that as a flat 13, so we'll look at it as a flat 13 as well. But let's say I want a sharp 11 or a flat 5. Now of course you have to alter the way that you're playing the chord, right? The fingering of the chord has to be altered to accommodate these notes that you're going after. And because we're not a pianist, we have to decide, well, which note am I going to use? You know, which note needs to move? Because we can't play every single note. We don't have that ability. We have 6 strings, which is equivalent to playing the 6 notes. Pianists, of course, can play more than we can. So we have to figure out which notes can we move around to get what we need. So, let's go on and take a look at what happens if you use a different way of playing this, which is using string 4, 3, 2, and 1. So if I use string 4, 3, 2, and 1, then what I have instead of this, and I'm going to go with the dominant, instead of having this, now I'm going to take the root, put it on top. Now I have a bar version. I'm barring these 4, and I'm putting my 2nd finger on the note B natural, right? So I have an F, a B natural, a D, and a G. I can do the same thing I did just a minute ago, where I put the sharp 5, and then I can also put the flat 5. let's say you want to put in a flat 9. To put in a flat 9, what I'm going to do is take the root and raise it. Right? The other way that you could see that is if you just wanted to play a 9, like a G9, this, and there's the root, then I could take the A and flat it, so now I have that flat 9. I could also raise the 9, so I have a sharp 9 now, but I could also start to change up and alter the 5th in there as well. So let's say I wanted to do, I don't know, sharp 5 with a flat 9. Then I get this sound. And I'm going to play this with my other hand there where you can hear the context. Right? So I have an F, a B, oh, yep, an F, a B, a D sharp, and an A flat. Well, I could also change the 5th on that, right? Or make it sharp 11. So now I have this. And if some of you have worked through the inversions of dominant chords in general, you might start to notice that these shapes that you're playing look very familiar. They start to look like other chords. So in this case, with a sharp 11 and a flat 9, what I'm actually doing here, which maybe this could be set off into another video, but I'm just going to go ahead and mention it since I'm doing this, that this right here is the same as playing a C sharp 7, and now I have the G and the bass. It's that voicing, right? The other one that I did just a moment ago where I had the sharp 5 and a flat 9 is like playing C sharp 9 or D flat 9 if you want to put it like that. So it's going up a tritone, right? So this is like using the tritone 7, the 7th bit off a tritone, or the 9. But let's keep exploring with this just for a minute. Let's keep that one voicing from just a moment ago, the flat 9 and the sharp 11, but let's say I want to stretch, and I want to put in here that sharp 9, right? Or let's say I want to go and put in the flat 13 or the sharp 5 right here. I can do that too, right? So as you can see, and I mean this extends on, there was another one, let me throw this in real quick, the G major 7 from a minute ago, where you could also put a major 5 on top of that. I like that chord, actually, one of my tunes, Siri, I use this voicing, except I do it with an A flat instead. So the point I'm getting at is that if you know a little bit of theory, you start to change up those notes that you have in the basic chords, like just plain 7, you know, plain major 7, plain 7, minor 7, all that. You start to change up some notes and you get all these other voicings that you need. You just have to know the theory behind it. You got to know just a little bit of theory to get your way around. But if you use that mixed with inversions, then the whole fretboard starts to open up for you. Alright guys, I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you also for the support that you continue to show. For those of you who are subscribing, thank you so much. I still have the goal of hitting 500 subscribers by the end of this month. I know I'm a little ways off, but still, I think that it can be done. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. That way you can help me reach that mark. And if you don't mind, share these videos. If you know someone who might be interested, feel free to do that as well. I want to also let you guys know that if there's any of this that you want to expand upon in your playing, something that you're unsure about, then feel free to reach out to me. I do offer Skype lessons for those who live nowhere close to where I am. I do have that option, and if you're interested, just send me a message or leave a comment below and we can work something out. Thanks again, and I hope to see you soon.